Hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of Noodle Journey where, as I promised in the last video, I will be taking a look at Ottogi Jin Spicy Ramen. In the last episode, I tried the mild version of this, which it turns out isn't 100% mild, just mild in comparison. There's a lot of overlap between that review and this one, so please check that video out first and then come back to this one so I'm not boring you with the same information twice. So the only thing separating this from the mild version seems to be the order of the ingredients, and of course the ingredients are listed in order of predominance. I went back and forth between the two packages, mild and spicy, and the only thing that really stuck out is that the chili paste powder appears to be higher on the list in the spicy version, which makes sense. Otherwise, it's pretty much the exact same stuff. Same noodles, same other spices, and I'm going to guess the same vegetable packet too. So let's open up and see. So we've got the block of noodles, a packet of dried vegetables, and it does say spicy on this to differentiate the packet from the mild version, but yeah, this is probably the same stuff. And a spicy soup packet. And unsurprisingly, that means this is the same cooking process. So I'm going to go cook this right now and just jump right into the review. And here we go. Just going to stir this up a little bit. I have to eat my words. I was wrong about the flake packet. There are a lot more little red chili flakes in there. There were red chili flakes in the mild version too, but I noticed when I poured the packet into the water, it was more, which makes sense. Of course, there's going to be more red chili flakes in the spicy version of this soup. So let's give this a quick taste. All right. There's not a lot to say about the noodles that I didn't already cover in the previous video. The noodles are a solid 8 out of 10. They have an excellent chewiness. They're really, really good. Likewise, just like in the last video, you're going to find the same general broth flavor here, minus the spice level, which I'll talk about in a minute. So you've got some nice vegetables and artificial beef broth flavor, along with a little garlic, and that touch of sweetness to keep things interesting. It's just as flavorful as the mild version, except now it's got a bigger chili pepper kick. So that's the differentiator. Let's talk about that, the spice level. This is noticeably spicier than the mild version, of course. I would say that this is on par with the other brands of red chili soup I've reviewed in the past, like Nang Shim Shin or Samyang's orange package soup, but it's not quite as punchy as Paldo Namja. I personally like the added flavor from the chili pepper, which complements the other ingredients rather than taking over entirely. So on the spicy scale for the mild version, I went with a 3 out of 10, and I would quantify this one as being about double the spice of that. So this is a 6 out of 10, which I think is exactly what I gave Nang Shim Shin way back in the first episode. So as a spice lover, I think that the extra punch of spice and the pepper flavor that this brings earns this version a little bit of a higher score than the mild version. And so my overall score for this is an 8 out of 10. Being spicier balances out the sweetness better than the mild version, in my opinion, of course. This abundance of flavor and spice is what I expected out of this variety going into this review, and I'm not disappointed. This is very good. So after all is said and done, I don't think you can go wrong with either version of Ottogi Jin. You're going to get the same great noodles and base flavor out of both of them. You'll just find this one to be spicier and have more chili pepper flavor, plus the chili pepper flakes compared to the mild version. If you want to try this brand and you're not used to spicy food, then working your way from the mild version up to this hot version will be a great way to train your taste buds. Once you get to the hot version, if you can tolerate it, you'll realize you've arrived. Plus, both of these are pescatarian friendly, unlike some of the other red chili beef varieties, and so that's a bonus for people with dietary restrictions. So that's all for now. I do hope that if you decide to do some spice training on your palate, that you'll comment on either of these videos and let me know how it went. I think I've had enough Korean chili soups for the time being, although I have one I'm really itching to review soon. But I'm also looking forward to digging into my backlog and finding something different and new and interesting to try for the next video. So until that time, I hope you'll like and subscribe to continue on this noodle journey with me.